So the introduction. So we are interviewing PowerTribe. My name is Craig Obert. I'm here in Parker, Colorado. We are interviewing PowerTribe for our Metal Crash magazine, or a radio station. Sorry, there's another magazine too, and the radio station as well. A bunch of cool people over there, most of which are in Germany, but we're all one family. Just kind of together via Skype this time.
Is there a Metal Crash like web TV or anything like that?
Web TV, it's
like
what is it? Metal Crash. I don't think so.
Or
I know it's
TV.
Metal Crash Radio.de for the radio station itself, and they have their Facebook page, of course, and the radio station, which I've tuned into that. You can tune into that on the web from wherever you are, and just 24 hours a day, just push play, and you'll hear something great. I promise you. So.
Right on.
So oh yeah, and this you can't see. Yeah, here you go.
Awesome.
It doesn't quite fit in the frame. I was disappointed.
It looks very good though.
I am representing.
You've been working out?
No.
You look good.
Well, thank you.
You look good.
You guys are great too. This is cool. So yeah, appreciate you guys. This has been a little work getting together and stuff, especially the last few minutes. But it's all worth it. This is great. So appreciate you guys, all your time and stuff. I know you're busy with this and that, so everyone's busy with life. So
we're excited to be here.
No, we would definitely appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit. So get a little exposure for you guys and garner a few new fans and whatnot. So it's a win-win. So a little background on the band for people who don't know you guys. I would include myself in that. I knew the name a few months ago, and before it's really delving into the history and all the songs and stuff, there's a lot going on. So I would include myself in the new fan category. So you guys were formed in Los Angeles in 2015, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
A lot of things. When you read about people, it depends on what source you read. So I always say, correct me if I'm wrong. So 2015, and initially it was just Missy and Darren as a duo, and just kind of doing the club circuit. I actually found some video, like some fan footage, of so it's really cool stuff actually. So and
that was actually the freaking Missy. That was the freaking.
That was the name of it. And shoot, where's my notes? There was a song, and this is completely off my agenda here, but shoot, what was the name of that song I found? Super Cherry Bomb. Is that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how it came up. It's on YouTube. I'm like,
cool.
Okay. Yeah, kind of sound like the Runaways, but not quite. So a little more raw, whatever. But so tell me, how did John get in the mix? I know you two were a duo for some time, then John happened along. What was the story there?
I think Missy and I were doing shows in a couple of different projects, and when you do shows in LA, you're usually on a multi-band bill, and we just kind of had some other friends that were on the same bill as us, and John happened to be in those bands, and
okay.
We were friends with them and got to know him a little bit, and then got in a position where we were looking for a drummer. And actually, we've said this, in every interview, but John was a temporary.
Oh yeah, like, for like 6 years.
I hope you do some shows. And here we are,
right.
At least 5 years later.
So
I think it was about 2 or 3 years into us playing together when they said, "Can we stop calling you our temporary drummer?"
Yeah, right.
They say the first 5 years are the hardest. So here you are. So.
Here's too what happened was that Darren had a lot of instrumental songs, and we wanted to be able to play those out live. So we needed a drummer for that, and so we just knew John had the technical facilities for the style of music that we were.
You already knew his capabilities. You're like, we need to complete the trio here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, a Facebook friend, this is so cool. You get to meet people you never would have otherwise. Maybe not in person, but. This one I actually have met in person. She lives in Kentucky, and I was telling her I was interviewing you guys, and say, any suggestions? Because she's interviewed a few people too. She's like, so this is for Christina. This is her question. She said, ask them, and I'm paraphrasing, but if there were no interviews or anything to be read about you, no information at all, how would you describe yourself? Like, hey, we're PowerTribe. We sound like such and such. This is who we are as a band. What would your answer be if there's nothing else to base on?
Gosh.
You mean like musically?
Musically, yeah, just musically. I mean, just how would you describe yourself as friends or trio, your musical sound? I mean, clean slate. So, because everyone has a preconceived, like, I've heard such and such about this band, but if you have no idea at all, so here's your chance to say this is that.
I would like to tell people we're kind of in the vein of like a modern day Iron Maiden, Judas Priest type of style, you know, because it's kind of, I think all of we have, except for Missy, like John and I probably have a lot of roots in that type of music, and I think, we just kind of evolved from that type of music. So I think that's kind of where the roots of our music come from. So you'll probably hear some influence, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Dio type influences in what we do. Sure.
I didn't hear a lot of Dio. Now that you say that, but still, but all the above. I get it. So.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly too, I think we're playing music that's sort of honest or true to who we are individually as musicians, or who we like to listen to, or how we like to play. We're not trying to sound like another band. We're not specifically trying to sound contemporary or win over a particular crowd or demographic. I think we're just playing the music that's honest to ourselves, I guess.
That's perfect.
And
you can't do that wrong. You can't go wrong being yourself. So that's great.
I feel like I'm playing the music I would want to hear. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
That makes a ton of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of playing what I would want to hear.
Ideally, any artist would say that, but it's not necessarily the truth in all cases. But
I got a true story here for you. So we've recorded a whole new record that hasn't been released yet, and we're still kind of in the finishing touches of it. And when Darren and Missy first sent me over the demos for me to start working out my drum parts, when I'm sitting in my garage behind my drum set trying to play the songs, I literally tried to say, how fun would this be to play live? Like, what would I do live? What would be energetic? What would the crowd respond to? What would be fun for me to play there? So I didn't sit there and just say, let me work out a drum part. I literally was saying, I literally try to close my eyes and picture myself playing that song live in front of 60,000 people and try to say, well, I want to take that vibe and kind of write the drum part or help create the song with that sort of frame of mind.
Okay.
Which is funny because when John has told me that before, and it's so funny because when I was like writing riffs, I was thinking the same thing. Just imagine ourselves in a stadium.
When you're a kid, you're growing up, you're like 12 years old in your bedroom playing your air guitar. You're playing to 100,000 people in your mind. Yeah. So just fast forward a few years, the mindset is largely the same. You're actually playing an instrument now, but yeah, that makes total sense.
And we've played live together enough times that I think we know how to play off each other. So it's kind of funny, but there's like a cool chemistry that when I'm playing the drums, I really try to write something that's honest to myself, but I really think it vibes really well with where Darren and Missy are going. And it's so fun in the writing process, going back and forth, that they send me an idea and I kind of translate it and they feed off that and it kind of goes back and forth. So it's really fun to kind of create it together because I feel like I get to play drum parts that are fun for me. However, when I listen to the finished product, I love the PowerTribe sound. Like, I don't know, I love how it all kind of comes together. I love the chemistry, how it all gels.
Yeah, it's like a true definition of a team effort here, really. I mean, you're all three clearly.
I would say too, if someone asked me, if we didn't have any interviews or whatever, if they asked me that question, how would you define the music? I would say, well, there's a lot of energy. It's very upbeat. Some of it is very serious, but at the same time, it has a head banging thing where you want to bang
all the above.
To a point.
Yep. All true.
And there is some symphonic processes as well,
Mhm.
and that it is music that what we would term as far as like lyrically that talks about like the last days or devastations or possibilities of things that could
Right.
happen. So it's a
I've
combination of
read,
those things.
yeah, I've read the lyrics. These are not just your poppy, throw it together
Yeah.
songs. There's a lot of thought, obviously, a lot of
So
intelligence behind your words there. So,
there's an intellectual approach, not just also lyrically, but also musically.
yep,
So the
yep.
combination intertwines. So that's how I would describe it. And then I'd probably say we sound kind of like Iron Maiden.
Oh, and by the way, Iron Maiden. Okay. And then you instantly get like a billion fans, and you're good. So,
Yeah.
oh man. So,
Actually, I had somebody, there was a review that was done in Japan where someone said that I sounded like Hari Hamidi or Mari Hamida. I don't
okay.
know. I've never even heard of her. I
I
looked
don't
her
know.
up. I listened to her. She is amazing. A lot of
Really?
like a lot of operatic sound. but
Yeah, I
beautiful.
love that stuff. A lot
Yeah,
of symphonic metal. I mean, I pretty much,
yeah,
yeah.
it's cool. And she's
And
pretty hot too, so I was like really, I felt.
okay, bonus. Okay. And what was the name? I'm probably gonna totally
Like
misspell it.
Mari Hamida, Mari Hamida or something like that. And they said that Darren sounded like
Uh-oh.
I don't know, a couple names. I'm not sure. I can't remember everyone. I don't know.
And that was in Japan somewhere?
Yeah, it was a Japan review and
Mari
of the
Hanita.
CD. So, but I looked up the girl, and when I first saw her, I was like, wow, of course, I visually looked at her first, and I was like, oh, that's nice. She's pretty hot. And then I thought, wow, what a voice. Like her voice was pretty amazing. Like they had a lot of they were showing all the different decibels of, where she was reaching and the octaves
Really?
and stuff. Yeah, it was really cool.
Wow. Yeah, people that can do that, I mean, just from a purely technical standpoint, I mean, really, I can't do nothing, but at the same time, I have a true appreciation of the craft and just the I mean, it's work. I mean, it's a study. It's a true art form.
Well, yeah,
And so
everyone's
really appreciate
instrument.
people that can do that. So
Yeah, everyone's instrument, like Darren with his guitar, John with his drums.
absolutely. I mean, it's not just voice, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
being musical, whatever your instrument is, whether it be just the voice, just the voice, but yeah, it's an art form. It really is. So it's really appreciate people's gifts, musical gifts. So I'm glad people can share them with the rest of the world, not just keep it to themselves. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was just gonna say, I think we try to like evolve a little bit too with our sound. I mean, when we first started playing together, we were a little bit more of an instrumental band where there weren't many songs that had vocals. And I think Darren was very influenced by guitars like Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson, Steve Vai. So it was a little bit more like that. And then when we came out with the second record, or I guess really our first real PowerTribe record, Prepare for Battle, I think they were a little bit more, we brought Missy's vocals in, introduced a little bit more keyboards, and kind of had a sound. But now the new record is definitely a little faster, a little heavier. So I like the idea that it kind of evolves musically. And like you said, even with the lyrics too, I mean, even though I never think we put out like a concept record, I definitely think there's a theme to the lyrics, a theme to the song. So I love the idea when you listen to a record, there's some kind of cohesiveness.
Well, what's the name of the new one going to be? Is it? Do we have a name yet?
Apocalypse in Progress.
Okay, I saw the video, like the making of the album. I wasn't sure that was going to definitely be the title or what. So.
Well, here's the thing: if we're doing like a record label, we're actually trying to communicate with record labels, and if they decide on a different title, we're
we're flexible.
So it's the working title.
I get it.
It's the working title for now.
They do weigh in a little bit, as I understand. So, all right. I got a few questions for you, or we can just shoot the breeze. That's totally fine too. Let's see. You guys are primarily playing right in the LA area, or how far are you branching out from LA? I realize you're not playing now. No one's playing now, but I know previously, oh, I thought I heard something. I know you've played with some pretty big names over the last few years, like Bumblefoot and John Five. I saw you were with him, and Jeff Tate. So I'm curious, when you're playing with some. Really?
We did Quiet Riot.
Quiet Riot.
I didn't see the. Oh yeah, I did see Quiet Riot. I didn't put down everybody. It's a long list, but I didn't realize you played with Dokken. That's pretty cool.
They were great.
Well, I've actually been doing some research on him as of late, so hopefully to talk with him. But so when you're playing with these bigger names, so what's some of the I would say the most important thing you've taken away so far, like the biggest lesson about the music business so far? Like, do this or don't do that.
Oh, I know how to make $1 million playing music.
Yeah. Okay.
You start with 2 million. That's what I learned.
I totally fell for that.
You know, it's funny. It's interesting to me. Like, I think, you know, John talked about us playing together and the chemistry we have, but at the same time, I think doing those shows with those, you know, with the bigger bands and playing with a larger audience has given me a little bit of insight of the band's chemistry with the audience. You know, and so I've kind of, you know, noticed how they react to certain things, and those things that they really react well to. It's like kind of you put that away, you know, you're like,
right.
I want to use
just tuck that away. Okay, noted. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They really
that
like
makes
this
total
type
sense.
of thing. Yeah.
That's just true in life. You know, I mean, pretty much every day I'll learn something, you know, usually at work or whatever. It's like, okay, I'll tuck that away for down the road.
Yeah.
And when it happens again, I'll know the answer and I'll look like the smart guy or something.
It's interesting. I really feel like the new CD coming out was written with the audience in mind, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think people, when they hear these songs, I think they'll connect with them just because I think they're good people songs. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So,
you know, just to expound what Darren just said, and I completely agree. It's so funny, the difference between like an opening band or a beginner band versus an experienced band that's been around touring for a long time. It's not just about going up there and playing songs and saying, watch me. It's about going up there and really kind of melding with the crowd and creating a show and making the audience feel a part of it. And when you sit and watch, you know, it's fun for us to go play, but then after we're done and you watch some of the other opening bands and you watch that headlining band, you really see that big difference. There's that whole connection to the crowd. And I think that's one of the things I think we're sort of aspiring to get to, that sort of that next level of playing live.
That makes total sense. Yeah.
you know, we did a show with Hammerfall. Man, those guys they were incredible at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that crowd was just, you know, just.
You could tell they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Bands like that, their fans are like their fans. So they're weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Crowd was laser focused.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
You guys, do you think that they are like that because they know the songs already? Do you think that's a possibility?
Well, I didn't know the songs, and I was laser focused. I didn't know them that well, you know.
They've mastered their craft.
They
I didn't know their songs either, but I liked their songs.
But it's not just about being a good.
Oh, John, I'm kind of losing you.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was just me.
Doctor, because it's sunset. I'm gonna turn on lights because it's sunset my time. So let me get some lights going. Hang on, I'll be back. Keep talking.
What? What happened?
I don't think it's a sunset.
He's gonna get some lights. I think he thought it was dark.
Oh,
yeah.
he
No,
thought
the
it was
video.
a headphone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the headphones fix it right up. I'm not sure what the lights.
Is that better? That better? How's that?
Yeah, you're
better.
actually kind of cutting out, John. We were only getting like every.
Yeah, it wasn't the visual; it was the audio.
Oh, all right. Does I sound better now?
Yeah, you said you sound great, and you look even better now.
Oh gosh.
Oh, cheers.
So say that again if you can.
Yeah. So
what I miss?
Oh, we were waiting on you. Nothing.
We were talking about about you were going to get some lights or something.
Hmm?
We talked about all the money we're making. That's what we're
Oh,
talking about.
are we rich now? Did I miss it?
Oh yeah, by the way, you're filthy rich. Yeah,
Nice.
right. Uh,
Oh,
so Darren and Missy, you live in Colorado now. You moved here a couple of years ago.
we're kind of, we kind of
between.
float a little bit. We've got some flexibility where we want to live. So yeah, right now we're hanging out in Colorado, but we
Okay.
can kind of pick up and go on a dime wherever we need to be,
Cool. So
Yeah.
so what prompted the move out here in the first place?
To Colorado?
Mhm.
Oh, it's beautiful out here.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And
I've
also
been here about 20 years now, so yeah, I know.
it
So
feels safer.
Yeah.
We felt like there might be some turmoil that would be occurring. So in the cities and so forth. So
Sure.
we
Oh,
just
yeah.
felt like it was a safer move. And
Okay.
we met some, the people are just so genuine. And not that the people in the city aren't, but, it's just I don't know, it's just a down home feel that,
It's yeah, I know exactly. It's kind of an intangible, but I think I know exactly what you mean. Just
Uh,
the land, topography and whatever. Yeah, it kind of
sure.
molds you into a certain person. I can see. I've been here since October of '99. So
Uh-huh. Well, I
That's-
mean, don't get me wrong. We love LA. Like I love LA. I love
yeah,
everything about LA. I mean, I do love it, and I miss so much of it, being out here. But
Mhm.
I also know kind of being remote is kind of where I need to be. I mean,
Okay.
and that's just for me personally, so
no, I totally get that. Yeah,
I just
'Cause,
feel safer.
yeah.
you know?
Well, that's huge.
Uh-huh.
It's very big. So, because I
Yeah, I
read
wouldn't want to hurt anyone,
Yeah. So I'd read since moving here, the isolation that can provide has kind of shaped the sound overall of the band.
Yeah.
So I was
really-
curious. Hold on, I lost you there. What was that?
I was just saying it really has. Yeah,
Yeah.
just being out here and you can focus more about, because you have less distractions. You
Mhm.
can really focus on what is it that you want to do?
Right.
What style of music do you really enjoy?
You don't have 101, little side
Yeah.
things or yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so that I know that really helped me, and I mean that's actually more Darren's story.
Okay. Okay.
He started doing all the writing and everything, and really felt like that was the direction he wanted to head. So
Okay. Let's see. I want to get to. So, how long has the current album been out? Is what?
Prepare
Let's
for
see if
Battle
this-
coming up on 2 years in September.
Okay, I was gonna say like a year and a half, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Is this
yep,
the right?
here it is.
Okay, there we go. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one I've been listening to, and so I know there's been some other stuff before that. Instrumental. There's a little drummer boy before.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah,
heard that.
we do a Christmas thing,
I'm like, what? That's a curveball. All right. That was cool though. That was a good version. So, what would you say from all the songs on the current album and just all the songs before? What one song would you say represents you as a band?
Oh wow.
Take your time.
You mean on the Prepare for Battle?
Yeah.
All the songs. Yeah, there's no wrong answer. So.
I don't know. What do you think, you guys?
Yeah, John. I need John's opinion.
I mean, I like
There's-
the variety. I mean, one of my favorite things about that record is that no two songs sound the same. So when I listen to it, I can't speak for anybody else. It sounds like PowerTribe, but I don't think the
Mhm.
songs all sound the same. So that's one of the
Oh
things
yeah, definitely not.
I'm kind of excited about. By the way, I love playing Prepare for Battle live. That's one of my favorite ones to play live.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
Uh-huh.
and so that I always picture that in my head as a little opening song at the big outdoor festival.
There you go. I like it. Yeah. When the Iron Maiden's opening for you guys, maybe. So.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, just tuck that away.
Right on.
Yeah, we
Yep.
can only be honored
So,
for Iron Maiden. That'd be awesome.
well, that would be great. I've never seen them. I don't know.
Neither have I.
You know, yeah, a friend of mine is a big fan. I'm a fan, not a huge fan, but you know, there's plenty of things for everyone out there, so it's more than enough to go around. Let's see. Oh yeah.
I would say "Prepare for Battle" is a really good song that would represent pretty much, you know, a big spectrum of it. You know, there would have been a point in time when I would have said like an instrumental song, but at this point, because we are trying to bring the vocals more forefront, I like that it has that lilty beginning, so it's very, very artsy, but
then
then
it kicks in.
starts rocking. Yeah, so I like that.
I'm pulling up. You guys can't see this on your screen, right?
Not yet. We saw the album cover before.
Okay, no, I'm actually pulling up iTunes. I actually made a playlist just for you guys, so I can. Cool. So my PowerTribe playlist. Oh yeah, Burn the Fear. That was playing that.
Yeah.
It's a good album closer. What's the opening track? Oh yeah, Rise. So, and there's a couple of instrumentals. What's that?
And there's PowerTribe, which is kind of the anthem type song. It's like 15 minutes long or something.
Is it?
The epic, really? Yeah, it's the epic song. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's actually that's a mark of a good song. Seriously, if you're listening to a 15-minute song and you don't realize you're listening to a song, that's a good sign for something. So the album that came out before, I'm gonna send this your way there. Tell me about the Shark album, Surfing the Shark.
Yeah, that was the instrumental. You know, that was kind of our instrumental days.
I've only been able to hear bits and pieces. You know, there's a couple of YouTube videos. There's some little excerpts on your website, and I really like instrumental albums. You know, guitar, jazz, whatever.
Yeah.
And this stuff's really good. I'm like, I want to hear the whole thing front to back, and I can't find like a copy or a download.
Why don't I mail you a copy?
Sure.
I'll mail you a copy. Totally.
Hey, problem solved. Yeah, I want to hear the whole thing because, like, man, this is, yeah.
Now, see, that one is one where we had 2 vocal songs and the rest were instrumental.
I've heard one of the, I forget the name. I've heard one with vocals. I knew there were 2 because I read someone's description of there's like 8 instrumentals. I'm like, yeah, where's the rest of them? I want to hear this stuff.
Cool. I'll send you one.
Okay, you got my address?
Yes, I do. It's
the same place you sent the T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna wear your T-shirt for the interview, but I decided to wear Metal Crash.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've been wearing your shirt out and about.
Can you see him?
No.
Can you see him?
I see him.
Yeah, we see him. Missy. He looks good.
I see a skeleton playing a bass guitar.
Yes, I wore that guy. Did that look weird?
What?
Did that look weird?
No, it actually didn't. Works well.
Oh, good.
It looked like a T-shirt to me. But...
Awesome.
Let's see. So a few individual questions for you. This one's more for Missy, but everybody chime in, of course. So piano at age 3, is that right?
That's right.
The child prodigy, classical prodigy, they called it.
Chopin.
So, okay, my wife asked me to ask which composers were you influenced by? You know, because she's more the classical music person in the family.
I would say I really liked Mozart. I know that's kind of frou-frou. And when Mozart. It comes to classical realm.
Yeah.
I like all the romantic era as well. Tchaikovsky. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly now. It's been a while since I've done classical.
I mean, it's like
like the whole romantic era, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't ask him how to pronounce it when you met him?
No.
Oh.
Then there's that. And I love Chopin. I love Chopin stuff. I love Bach stuff. I don't know. I don't have one specific one.
You don't have to.
Really, you know. I'd say if I had to pick one, I'd say Chopin.
Okay. I don't think there's a bad answer here. So
Yeah.
I think we're okay. So yeah, the classical. I know you've done some jazz stuff. Pulled up. There was a song called "The One That Got Away." I think it's just you and the bass and the. There's
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm actually playing with a bass player.
I thought that was you playing like the upright or something.
No, yeah, he's playing upright.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was actually the bass player for Betty Carter, and I played grand piano. And
Yeah. Betty
it,
Carter. I don't know that
it's
name.
very jazz, kind of jazz influenced. But
Yeah.
that's one that I composed,
Cool.
put together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a nice surprise. I was just kind of pulling up just stuff just to get acquainted with you guys.
If I had to pick a jazz pianist that I really love, that would be Gonzalo Rubalcaba. I love him. So he's someone
I don't know
that
that name.
Yeah.
Is he a contemporary or?
I don't really know if I would consider him contemporary.
I don't know.
It's almost kind of Latin influenced, Cuban-esque. But yet, look him up, Gonzalo Rubalcaba.
I like Oscar Peterson.
Sure.
Yeah, he's great.
Joe Sample, and they've both passed on, of course. But
Great.
I like the older, as far as jazz goes. I like the stuff in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
So
well,
when I found yours,
that too.
when I found your song, that was a nice surprise. Oh, what is this? So
wow, you really did your research. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, of course. I forgot what I was going to ask you now. Let's see. Oh,
I don't know, but see, I saw a interview the other day where the guy goes, your book, I'll get around to reading it really soon. I was like,
nice.
What?
Oh,
I can't wait to read your book.
That's pretty lame. Oh my gosh.
So that's why
Wow.
we're honored that you did so much research on us. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. So.
Man, so I played that for my wife, and we were like, this would totally fit on like a Diana Krall or Patricia Barber album or something like that. Like so it was good stuff. And she's like, is this the same band, really?
Yeah, I also have done some country. I mean, we're musicians. Like we can do different styles. It's
I'd
not
like to hear the country stuff. There's not much I don't listen to. I mean, this is metal, radio station, obviously, but I can appreciate pretty much any genre. So
yeah, and I think that's the way all three of us are. That's the thing. We're all musicians, so it's kind of like, style is one thing. We've chosen to select a style and a direction. So this is what we love. This is what we prefer. This is enjoyment for us, whereas
as it should be, right?
At a turn of a dime, we could go and do a jazz song or go, work on a ragtime piece or
do you
whatever.
think we'll see that in the PowerTribe concert
well,
one day?
Little teaser. In the upcoming record, there is a breakdown. So we only have 2 instrumentals on the new record. Actually, 1 instrumental and a potential bonus track. But no, 1 instrumental song. Missy does show off a little. There's a breakdown in the middle of the song that's all classical piano, which in the midst of a metal song. But
out of left field, you're like, I love that kind of stuff. It catch me off guard. I'll hear that all day.
Goosebumps. I love it.
And nothing is overdubbed. I'm really playing the part. I was gonna say, like a piano, like if someone's listening to the piano, they'll be like, "Oh, she's doing this with 2 hands," and then all of a sudden you hear the melody coming in. And so this is actually done all on the left hand when I'm doing this roll, and then I play the melody on top with this. Oh, can you see his hand? With this hand. So it doesn't quite look like this, but you know what I mean? It's like, so it is actually fully played. So it's not like it's not a computer trick.
And Darren, you did the 3-part guitar harmony all together at one point, together at the same time, right?
No.
I've seen a few. Maybe Tommy Emmanuel could do that, but that's about it. So.
He's amazing. What a great guitar player. Wow.
Clearly not from this planet. I got to see him once, probably 7 or 8 years ago, and just silence. I was just like this. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I see what's happening, and yet my brain is like, I don't even know what's going on. So, yeah, I play guitar a bit, not enough to say, yeah, I play really good, but you know, I can fake it with the rest of them. But that guy was just off the charts, like just give it up, you know. So, oh yeah, my friend Christina also asked me to ask Missy, since metal these can be very demanding physically. What do you do to care for your voice to keep it in shape?
Oh, I just chain smoke. No, I'm just joking.
Okay, not expected. Okay.
You know what? Honestly, I don't even really think about it. I know that sounds really odd, but
Maybe it's more of what you don't do than what you do. I
I
don't know.
think part of it is if you really love and enjoy what you're doing, it's not creating stress in the area. Like everything's just open. So what
Yeah.
happens is you don't have that muscle resistance, you know, everything, the channel is very clear. And so I think part of the reason why I don't really think about it, or I don't vocalize, I don't do anything. I don't practice. I'm sorry. I don't
just
um
naturally awesome. I get it. All right.
no, I think I need to practice and I need to set a better example and practice,
Well,
but I don't.
I
Darren,
mean, there's such
Darren
thing
is
as natural talent. I mean, it
Darren
happens. So.
is amazing. Like he practices so much, and I mean, it's just amazing to me how much he just works on his craft, and I
Mm.
don't do anything. I
It's
mean,
a
I eat really well, you
okay.
know, and
But you know, can I tell you something that blows me away? Missy, tell them how you started playing bass. PowerTribe needed a bassist. She never played bass before, and she just
Really?
learned. I mean, can you believe that?
Wow.
well, just
I
gave
believe it,
myself a
but it's
month.
still that's wow.
I booked a show.
Yeah.
And so I booked the show first and made sure it was exactly a month. And then I worked on the songs, our original songs. And so I just set a goal and I do it. I'm sure if I set goals
Yeah.
with my voice, I could probably achieve bigger and better things. It's just I don't really do anything with my practicing or my.
I say if it's working, and obviously is, I see you leave well enough alone.
Well, I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more secret. So backstage, warming up before a show, I got my little practice pad and doing my rudiments, and I'm warming up my hands. There's Darren sitting in the corner. I'm like, "You need to warm up?" He's like, "No, I don't really warm up. I don't need to." He just goes on stage and plays like that. I mean, how amazing is that? It blows me away.
That's because he's warming up all the time. You know?
Yeah.
He practices all the time. And
Okay. So that's one concept I have a bit of an issue with. Missy says I practice. I don't really practice. To me, I just play.
yeah, he's just loving it.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't sit there and think I'm practicing. I never really think that. I always I like to play.
And
I mean, it's still as fun for me as when I was 12 years old. So it's like I still just play the guitar every chance I get because I like to do it. You know,
if you're doing something you're enjoying, whatever, it's because practice has like almost like a negative connotation to it. Like
Oh,
it's,
yeah, that's
Because it
true.
sounds like work.
like it's a task I have to do today. I have to practice.
yeah.
And Darren's like, I'm playing. I enjoy what I'm doing. That's
Yeah, and
how
that's,
hard
that's
is that
really
to
what
get
it
to
is.
understand?
See, and I think maybe for me, when I think of the word practice, because like when I was, you know, really studying classical, I was practicing like 9 hours a day, that type of thing, you know. So
And you
it,
consider it practicing, like
I
work
do
to
consider
a
it
degree.
practicing. It was like work, you know,
Mhm,
memorizing like 40 pages or, you know, whatever it is that you need to do for your recital or,
You know,
whatever it is.
if you could
So
put more things in that mindset, like I get to do something. It's not a task. I'm
yeah,
doing something because I enjoy it. Like they say,
yeah,
if you enjoy what you're doing, you never work a day in your life for
exactly. And
however that goes. You know what I'm saying?
that's the way PowerTribe music is for me, like
Yeah.
vocally and, you know, just everything is just coming out and it's not a strain on my voice or, you know, just energy wise, it's not a strain. It's just everything
Wow,
is
that's awesome.
you're just doing it. You're being you. So
Mhm.
it makes it very natural and easy.
Wow,
Well,
that's
someday
cool.
I'm gonna have to learn to do this practice thing. Up till now, I've just been faking it. So.
Yeah, me and you both. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, what else were we gonna say? So the video, speaking of showing off, so the Arise video, Missy's playing the bass and the keyboard at the same time, kind of like a little Geddy Lee thing going on.
And singing.
And singing. And my wife pointed out, and she's singing. Oh yeah. Let's not forget that. So showing off a little bit, but that's okay. So in concert,
She just ran out of limbs. She'd probably play something else if she had another arm.
give me another instrument. Is this all you have for me?
And I had to stand on heels that are like 8 inches high.
I've seen, yeah,
That's a skill in itself.
That is a skill
that's
in
impressive.
itself.
It's like Tina Turner dancing in the heels back in the day. But so, what would you consider in concert anyway the most challenging song for you guys to play? And probably a different answer from each of you.
You mean
but,
as a group? Or?
Just individually, like that's what I was thinking. You playing 2 instruments at once and singing, a little challenge involved, I would guess. So just musically, technically, maybe what's one of the more challenging things for you guys to play? And again, no wrong answer, but.
Do you have anything, Darren?
I kind of have a rule, and I've told John this is why I don't really warm up, is because I never record anything that I can't just pick up the guitar and play. So I none of it's really, I mean, some of it is, there's some really fast things that I play, but none of them are like, that, to me, that difficult.
Yeah, well, you've played it like a million times before. You can almost sleepwalk through it.
Memory and all that stuff kicks in, and it's just kind of, yeah. So I don't really have
I think some of the stuff on the new record, I will admit, might be a little bit of a challenge. I definitely had to prepare going into the studio. So when Darren and Missy came up with the scratch tracks or the first set of demo ideas, and they sent it to me, said, I think Darren sent me a text like, John, can you actually play it double bass at this tempo? I'm like, I think so. So, I mean, I definitely had to prepare going into the studio. So I got a funny feeling a few of these songs being a little heavier, a little faster, playing them live. I think what's about to come out or what we'll be playing live in the future might be a little bit more of a test. But that's awesome because it's a new challenge. So, I mean, I'm not scared. I'm excited. Well,
you don't want to get stagnant either. Just you get complacent in the same old thing, and that's not. If you're a musician, that's not how your mind works. You want to expand a little more, and
challenge yourself. Sure,
I get it.
And to John's point, when like we're writing material for the new CD, I do kind of a similar thing. I do make things that I can't necessarily play 100% of the time right then, but then I develop that to where it is, that to that point.
Okay.
By the time we're recording, it's there,
Right.
I would say for me, Darren does a lot of the writing for the music, and he really does make sure that the bass is simplistic enough for me to be able to play and sing. So I'm not playing anything that's above me, because my focus is to try to use my voice and my face and get out there and just talk to the people, or you know what I mean. So
exactly.
Playing bass is kind of a secondary thing. So he creates parts that won't be overly challenging for me. So I should get better and I should practice, but
like I said, natural talent. Some of us are blessed with that, but
but you should set a better example and work on your things that you have.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think there's that healthy balance between trying to challenge yourself as a musician, but at the same time, I never view music as a competition. We're trying to play stuff that we have fun with. I mean, it shouldn't be frustrating. It shouldn't be comparing yourself against other people. I mean, if you're having a good time, especially when you're playing live, I think a crowd can see.
Oh, I think you're cutting out again. Is it
John.
Jones?
They're having fun.
Is he cutting out for you guys as well?
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, I'm
You
still
were
here.
cutting out again.
All right, here, I'll move in here.
You know, might need some more lights on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just moving into a different room. How's this? Better in here? Let me get some lights going.
More lights.
Uh,
I'm not an electrician or anything, but
How did
okay.
that work? How am I doing now? Better?
That's good.
That is
Yeah,
better.
All right. Well, I'm
makes
now
no
out of the
sense.
bar area and in the living room.
It was your audio that was kind
Yeah.
of cutting in and out.
Yeah, the audio was choppy. Well,
But
still.
All better now?
I really enjoyed the first part of what you were saying.
Hmm.
Because I totally agree. I think, having fun, we're not trying to compete with other people. We're really enjoying what we do. We have fun playing our music.
Yeah, and that is very evident from what I've seen. The people that have filmed you guys on stage, because you can't fake enjoying it. You can't fake chemistry. It's clearly there for you guys. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, of course. For Darren, you mentioned Eric Johnson a few minutes ago. Is he like one of your favorite? That's my personal favorite, actually.
Wow.
Eric Johnson
And
is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah.
Whenever he's like top, first he's number one, Gilmore's number two, and Petrucci's number three.
Wow.
All three wildly
Good
different, of
taste.
course. And yeah, they're all their own thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So I saw footage of you with Steve Vai up in Vail a couple of years back. How did you get to snag that gig, man?
Actually, Steve does these kind of like these guitar seminars, and I just happened to be at one, and there was an opportunity to get to jam with him, and I was like, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no. Are you serious? Yes.
They sound great together. They sounded
yes.
amazing together.
I mean, because they're both playing leads and trying to figure out who's playing what. Because usually it's one plays rhythm, one plays lead. They trade off, but they're both playing leads. And I'm like, man, both of these guys are. So when are we going to see you on the G3?
Oh, that's awesome.
That'd be fun.
That would be.
PowerTribe G3. I won't.
I'm in.
Why not? As soon as they call, we'll be there.
Well, maybe they'll see this interview. Oh yeah, we should call that Darren guy.
Yeah.
So, the Shark album, as I refer to it, what was that? The Excursion number 5.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Oh my God, I played that one like 4 times in a row. My wife's like, "Who is that?" Oh, it's this new guy you never heard of. So, and what was this song? The Miles of Blue song?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I only saw you playing a video. Is that from something?
No.
That was just something you put together, or?
Well,
That was awesome, man. Seriously.
Well, thanks, man. It's funny when I got to Colorado.
Yeah.
And I was just had a lot of time, and there was like a weekly jazz jam, and it was like one of the only things to do.
Okay.
So I got a real book, and I started studying jazz and started to kind of really get into it. And I started writing some things, and that's one of the songs that I wrote while I was kind of starting to go into a jazz direction.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like jazz a lot. So I don't understand a lot of it. It's everything. If I learn something new about it, it's more and more complicated. I was like, oh my gosh,
You don't have to understand, man. Just feel it.
I'm just gonna enjoy it for the art form, and there you are. So, I was reading. Oh yeah, this is completely unrelated. Emergency preparedness expert. What is that? Well, I know what it is, but kind of elaborate if you would.
Me or Missy?
Yeah.
That's more of a Missy.
Oh, I think that's got to be Missy.
I saw it on your bio. I thought.
Yeah, I do a lot of.
Oh.
We both do a lot of emergency preparedness.
I could have sworn I saw it on his. I could be
Mine
mistaken.
is-
It's okay.
Might have been on mine, you know.
It's not mine. I just improvise.
You do.
John's
So
connected with us. He'll be with us.
okay.
There's an emergency.
Yeah, don't leave me behind. Yeah, I was just wondering what all that entails.
You know, we
If I
just
get
like
to a jam, I'll give you a call.
study things, you know, just study things about your environment, you know, understand, you know, watch a lot of those disaster movies, you know,
Yeah,
check
of
out
course.
stuff on Discovery and National Geographic, those types of things, you know.
Okay.
That's pretty much that type of thing.
Just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun stuff
Just
to watch.
a little non-related question.
Yeah.
Well, you know, some people would say that's like prepping, or, you know, like where they look
like
at preppers as being crazy
yeah.
or whatever. We're not crazy.
Underground.
We
You know.
definitely try to, you know, be prepared for things. We live life, but we try to make sure that we are prepared, you know.
Not naive either to things that can't happen. You know, much easier to prepare than
Yeah.
I say that pretty much daily at work, and so far I've been right. So,
Right on.
That's a good thing.
Man, for John, I know you had learned drums as a kid and played for a few years, and just I don't want to say walked away or whatever, but just a little hiatus.
I did. I played a bunch in high school and college, and I studied a little bit. I'm from the East Coast, and I studied at the Drummers Collective in New York City, and I studied at Berklee College of Music in Boston for a little bit. Yeah, and then I literally stopped playing music for almost 10 years. I think maybe in the late 90s, I wasn't super excited about a lot of the music that was out there. I got sidetracked with work, and I don't know, maybe a little part of me thought I was kind of done with it, and I just got that calling again. I missed it a lot. And
I was going to ask you if there was like one particular event that kind of brought you back, so to speak.
I don't know if there was one particular thing, but my wife would tease me. We'd be going to a concert. She goes, "Are you just staring at the drummer the entire time?" I'm like, "Yes." She goes, "You wish you were up there." I'm like, "Yeah." So I think I just missed it, and I just started playing for fun again. And there was never any delusions of grandeur. I was never trying to be famous or trying to be rock. I just love playing music and playing music with people I really care about and enjoy doing it. So I think the coolest thing about having a second run at it is just doing it for the right reasons and having fun and just loving to play. I mean, nice. it makes a big difference when you're not trying to do something. You're just doing it because.
If you love what you're doing, whatever, then if that's your basis for whatever it is, then the rest is easy. So nice. Let's see. Oh yeah. Tell me about you do Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation as well?
Oh my gosh, you do?
It's said for voiceovers for a video game or something. I'm just curious. What is that about?
That's me being the recording engineer. That's my normal real job. I work at a recording studio recording voice content for video games and commercials and stuff. Okay. So I actually recorded the real Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not me. That's not me impersonating him.
Okay. I thought you had like a hidden impersonation talent going on.
I'm definitely not that talented.
Okay.
Not that skilled.
All right, just curious.
Which, by the way, he's a super cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way. Yeah.
He seemed like a good guy. I've never met him, but some people, even though you don't know them, you can tell intuitively if they're an okay guy or putting on a front. Who knows? But man. So, question to all of you. We all know, Missy's on bass and keys and all that. John's on the drums. Darren's playing guitar. So what are you currently playing? Like what like brand and type of equipment are you playing currently? And more importantly, what will be your dream setup? Like, if you have any equipment you want, what would that be?
Darren, why don't you go?
Me go. Okay. Well, I just recently started playing these new ESP guitars. So, and I am really digging those, like, more than any. I've bonded with those better than and faster than any guitar I've ever played. Interesting enough, a lot of guitars I've actually struggled with for whatever, different reasons, different body styles and stuff. So I was always switching all the time, right? And then I just on a whim just kind of bought this one model of the ESP and just completely gelled with it and just been, and I play even more now just because I like the guitar.
Even more, okay. That's
so
cool.
so playing the ESP, it's an EC 256. It's not an expensive guitar by any means. It's one of the less expensive ones they sell, and love that guitar. So I'm playing that. And amp wise, I'm an amp guy. I've like been through a bazillion guitar amps. Yeah. And you know what? I just ended up with the old standard Marshall Plexis and JCM 800s. So, and I actually have my dream, everything I would ever want from sound, like I've got from what I have. So,
great.
You know, just give me a JCM 800 or a Plexi and an overdrive, and I'm good to go.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
John, anything particular you want to, any dream kit you would want?
You know what? I play pork pie drums and soul tone cymbals, and both of those are smaller, local, esoteric companies. And I specifically went with them just because they're great quality. So many people haven't heard of them, and I just like the idea of trying to do something a little bit different. So I don't know. Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, his drum set went upside down, so I'm trying to figure out how to top that. So I'm still working on it.
Okay.
We're gonna set you on fire, John.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, I've seen Spinal Tap. I know how that works out.
No, that's a great flick. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that forever. Let's see. All right, any dream guitar there, Missy, or equipment?
Oh, you know, I just like anything that sounds really good. And right now, for me, size-wise and width-wise, everything that's going on right now, I'm playing the ESP LTD 5-string.
Okay, so you're both ESP now. Okay.
Yes, I think we should get an endorsement with ESP.
Yeah.
We love them so much, and we're using their instrument.
It's very subtle. Okay.
Hey, does ESP make drums?
Yeah, I think we do. I'm not sure.
You can just put a ESP logo on your on the bass there.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah. Now I was playing a Laguna Ocean because I actually had an endorsement with a Laguna, and so much heavier. I mean, it's just so much bigger, and you can't see my arms, but my arms are spread way out right now.
I think I've seen that in some of the videos. You're just like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how tall you are or whatever, but
well, she's got some killer biceps from those now.
Yeah,
really.
Good.
Okay. So there's some side benefit. Good.
So I'm good. I'm not an instrument or like amps or I'm good with whatever. I'm kind of pretty casual about it. That's actually.
Cool. As long as it sounds good and suits the need, we're good to go. Perfect. Yeah. Keep it simple. Yeah. All right. So
I actually defer to Darren on any type of instrumentation or amps and so forth.
He seems to have a little insight here, is what I'm sensing.
He's got definite knowledge about that.
Man.
I just sing.
Just an observation. Yeah. Man. Let's see. Oh yeah. One last question here. I know since you guys literally live in 2 different time zones, the songwriting process and recording is it's a lot of travel back and forth, a lot of interneting, I'm assuming. So with the pandemic going on, has that affected your process that much? Because some people are all the people in the same room, and now everyone's spread out. It didn't seem like you guys would be quite as affected as other.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Business as usual.
Okay, so it's like, well, it doesn't affect.
I would say, the web. So we're good.
Okay, and I don't know how prevalent that practice is with bands in general. Probably more nowadays than say 10 years ago. But there's a lot of bands that are no one's touring, of course. And God, the last show I went to was March 11th.
Or who did you see? Who did you see?
We saw Dragon Force.
Oh,
nice.
Super fast.
Honestly, I wasn't a big of. We went to see the opening act, which is not unusual for us. My wife and I. Visions of Atlantis was the opening act, and they were really good. But I was really there to see Unleash the Archers,
Oh,
love that
I-
band.
Darren
I
loves
can't-
that.
Awesome.
I cannot wait until they can tour again because I will travel wherever to go see
Yeah,
these people.
they're awesome. I
Oh
really
my
like
God.
them.
I knew it was going to be good, but I was just blown away far, far more than I was expecting. I said, oh my God. And
Hey,
the
Darren.
set's over.
Darren, who's the mixing engineer for Unleash the Archers?
So it's Jacob Hansen. He's the same
Oh,
guy that mixed,
wait, that guy sounds familiar. Who is that guy?
that's the guy that mixed and mastered our CD. That's
Oh,
coming
he
out.
mixed our new record. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the same guy that's doing
And
the.
I had no knowledge of this at all. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's
Yeah,
funny.
he
I had no idea you
cameraman
guys were
too.
affiliated or whatever. That's awesome. But that was the last show. That was actually our anniversary, March 11th. So the last show, and fast forward about half a day. Yeah, everyone should stay inside and all this. I'm like,
Wow.
well,
Wow.
so that was the last show for, and a lot of the people in the bands were from different countries, and a lot of them were potentially going to have trouble getting back home and stuff.
Oh, wow.
After this show, that was the last show of the tour for a lot of people,
Wow.
and they were kind of half joking, like, "Hey, we may not be able to make it home. Can we stay at your house tonight?" And of course, there's like 1,000 people like, "Yeah, duh, come on over." You know. So I'm sure they would have been taken in easily, but so far as I know, everybody got home okay. But I know, well, the Archers have a new album like a week ago.
I just ordered it the other day.
Yeah, I heard it for the first time a couple of days ago. I mean, man, good stuff.
Yeah, I saw a couple of their new videos too. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So the mixing on their album and your new album is the same person, really?
Yep.
Jacob Hansen.
I had no idea. Seriously.
Yeah.
So. Well, that's cool.
Oh, and
He's amazing.
he made it sound so. Oh, it's so good.
And
I
how
love it.
how soon can we hear the new material? Some of it kind of being leaked, or
Just Apocalypse in Progress right now.
Okay,
is
so-
the one that
saw the
we've got
video of
the
that.
video of.
Right.
But there's like 10 more just great songs that he put together. I mean, this sounds really, really good. And we're actually shopping it right now, so we're not gonna put it out,
Okay.
with things, with our situation here with COVID and all that stuff.
Right.
I think a lot of people aren't putting music out right away. Like we might have released it, but now our circumstances allow us to be able to just go ahead and shop it and see if we can maybe get a bigger distribution or maybe a label interest, So we're definitely trying to do that right now.
Okay. So no tentative time frame or anything. Well,
Yeah.
I will be on the lookout.
Well, I'm anxious for you to hear it.
Yeah. We're anxious for the world to hear it. We want the
Yeah,
world
no
to
kidding.
really
So,
like it.
well,
I think we're gonna play around with some cover songs. So that's what we're kind of
Yeah.
we're tossing
Yeah.
around some ideas of some cover songs. So I think we'll be putting out some videos of some cover songs here. Before
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren did one recently. I don't know if you saw that one, but
I don't know. What was
oh my gosh,
what song?
it's
So I took my cousin, who's a huge Rush fan. He
Mhm.
sent me this.
Your Neil Peart tribute?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually posted that
Wow.
on another website. So yeah, that was good. That was
That was-
good.
yeah.
Man.
That was
That
really
was-
good.
That
I
was
love
a challenge. That was a challenge.
Oh yeah,
Fun.
easily. Well, you're
As
playing.
as a band, we're gonna do a few covers while we're waiting to have a label, work with
Yeah.
us.
So when you do play that, you gonna play La Via Strangiato then, or
No.
Nope.
I'm probably totally mispronouncing it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That will be the answer to what is your most challenging song.
Right.
Oh my gosh, man. What time is it, man? Oh yeah. Any final words for the fans, for the world?
Oh, just thanks
Well-
for all the support.
I hear dishes in the
stuff.
background.
We love our fans. Like we
Mhm.
just love them. We're so honored that they even would take an interest in us and like recognize us. So
Mhm.
we love that. So we love hearing from them. We love
Yeah.
communicating with them in any way that we can. And you know, when they're, especially on Facebook, we do a lot of Facebook stuff. We're going to be branching out and doing a lot more social media, but yeah, I would just say thank you so much, and please continue to keep an eye on us. And we've got some great music we want to share with you.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to hearing it. Yeah. So yeah, you're obviously doing this for the right reason. So, and like I say, if you start with that, then the rest just falls into place nicely. So.
Oh yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
great. So yeah, we definitely appreciate your time. Like I said, I know you guys are busy. It's later than I realized. Yeah. So yeah, I will send this to Tina, I guess. I'm not sure what the process is, but this would be fun to watch.
Right.
So, oh yeah, and the
Well, it's
CD.
fun to
Don't
do.
forget my CD.
Well,
Yeah, it took a few minutes to get everybody in the same room, so to speak. But,
yeah, it did.
so
Well, it's
We
the same
appreciate
screen.
you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Craig,
same
for
screen,
putting
right?
this together. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, appreciate it. So
much fun.
we're all music fans. So that's kind of why we're all doing this. So. All right, guys. I'm gonna click stop recording somewhere. And yeah, no final words? We're good to go. I don't want to keep you guys. I know you got stuff to do probably. But.
I'm
I'm
good, man.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
John,
That was a lot of
is
fun.
John gone? John, stop
What?
moving.
Oh, bye.
There he is.
No, I'm still here. No, I'm here. I'm still here.
He needs to turn on some more lights. That's okay. I don't know how that works, but it did actually. So
Cool.
I'll use that trick next time around. If someone freezes up, hey, turn on your lights, and they'll think, why would I do that? All righty. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. We'll
Yeah, thank
do
you
this
so
again
much.
sometime. Maybe I'll actually meet you guys in person one of these days. I'm about a 6-hour drive, so you never know. We'll
Yeah.
Yeah.
see you guys in concert. That would be definitely happening. So
Cool.
Thank
whenever
you.
whenever this COVID thing's over with. So
Can't wait.
yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys wherever it may be. So.
Sounds good, man.
All right, guys.
All right.
Right.
Yep. Have a good night. Good to see everybody.
All right, guys.
Take
Appreciate it.
care.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.